What's up? All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Bean Apple. It is now week 16. We only have 3 weeks of football left for most of us, especially myself, already being eliminated from the playoffs yet again. But it's coming to an end real quick, and for a lot of people this week, for fantasy purposes, it's going to come to an end real quick as well with the amount of people on the COVID list, like just decimating fantasy teams. So you are going to need the advice, I think, just as much as we will this week. So get your questions in. Let's get you to that championship round next week, and let's preview some games and have a little bit of fun before the games get going. So, John, how you doing, bud? It's
I'm
good to see
good.
you.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Absolutely. Glad to be back off a couple day hiatus, but got some snow blowing in this morning prior to the show, so we can get that done and roll right into football after our show here. So
yes, sir.
you get a little bit of the white stuff as well out
Uh,
on the West Coast.
Yeah, we got blanketed last night in Seattle here, so
Hey, Merry Christmas. It's awesome for the kids, just
yeah.
not for the parents. That's all.
No, no, no. And Merry Christmas to you and
Thank
everybody
you.
out there. Hopefully you guys all had a great Christmas, got everything you wanted, and then some. So, Jacob, good morning. Good to see you again. I don't think we saw you last week, so it's good to have you back. Jake Fromm is starting this week. Isn't that something? I also saw the news today for Giants fans. They are bringing back Daniel Jones and Joe Judge for next year. And I wish Jim was here. He's still recovering from the COVID, so hopefully by next Sunday he's cleared out. He's doing great, but just coughing a lot and stuff like that. So
Yep. Hope you're feeling better, Jim.
yeah, so he'll be back with us. I think by Sunday he should be good to go, and we'll see him back, and we'll definitely get a good take on what's going on with the Giants because that's going to be interesting. They didn't say that Gettleman's coming back though, so which
They
we kind
didn't.
of knew, but we really thought they were just going to clear house across the board and just wipe the slate and start over again. But they're going with it, which is impressive.
So my question is for that real quick. Are they gonna extend him or just pick up his fifth year? Because it didn't really say in the report. I'm guessing fifth year, and they'll pay
I
him
think
what, like
so.
18 million or something like that, whatever that tag will be, and it's quite a
Probably,
bit. You know what I mean? 18 to
yeah.
20 million for a.
I want to say it's over. If I remember
Is it?
I think Sam Darnold, his option was like 22,
Oh,
if I
oh wow!
remember
I didn't
right.
realize it was that much. Okay.
But it's been a while since I've looked. It's we'll call it between 18 and 22.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's a lot of money to pick up, and he started the year out great. We thought it was like a lock for a contract, and then what after like game 5 or 6, just forgot that he was supposed to continue to play that way, and been downhill for the whole back half of the season.
Right. And then what are they going to do with Barkley? So Merry Christmas, everybody. Thank you.
That's another thing. Yes, Merry Christmas. But yeah, the man, I'm scrolling through here for updates on the injuries, and it's COVID-19 out, COVID-19 out, COVID-19.
I know it's
it's
crazy.
it is insane this week. I mean, all over, especially on the defensive side. I haven't seen the defensive side of the inactives this long in ever.
Right.
This is like the entire combination of the first 15 weeks put
Right.
together to equal how long. I mean, it's just there's got to be. Oh my God, what are we looking at? About 10, 20. I'd say about 40 people just in the early games on the defensive side of the ball that's out alone. It's just wiped out. So, and we'll get into definitely got to get into the Jets game a little bit as always. But the amount of COVID-19 names on this list is just it's disheartening. It really is. But with that, let's start rolling. Get your questions in as you're tweaking your fantasy lineups. If you're catching us for the first time, please hit that subscribe button. If you don't, still give this a thumbs up because that helps it get shown more. So if you're on here right now, hit that thumbs up. Drop your comments as the show goes. But excuse me. But those thumbs up do go a very long way to feeding the algorithm and making people think that the show is enjoyable, even if it's less enjoyable than it actually is. Doesn't matter. We just got to get people in and then go from there. So So please like it, subscribe, do all the good stuff. If you're watching from Facebook and you haven't subscribed on the YouTube side, please do that as well, because that also feeds into that algorithm to a lot more get us a lot more views and a lot more exposure. So, all right, let's start off. We'll save the Jets Jaguars because I do want to see if Travis comes on. So let's talk Lions and the Falcons. As much as I want to say that this is a shitty show, this one this might be the worst to figure out. Right? I mean, the Lions team is really hard to put a finger on who they are. I wanted to take the Lions in this game because they have been playing really hard, but now Jared Goff went down with COVID. So it looks like from the Falcons side, they're actually very healthy.
Yes.
Overall, I didn't see any significant inactives. Tajay Sharp is the only wide receiver Atlanta guy, which that's not bothering you whatsoever, right? And they've just got a defensive tackle that's out with COVID. So very, very healthy amid what's going on in the NFL outside of Cincinnati, which I do I do want to comment on that when we get to that game. I thought it was funny, but very, very healthy for Atlanta, and they are at home in Atlanta. So do the Fighting Lions have a chance in this game without Jared Goff, which is kind of weird to say, but like he's not that great. So can they still win it without him?
I mean, not with Tim Boyle. I don't see it. I guess the only good thing is you really get nothing on the guy.
Yeah,
It is his fourth year. I think Boyle is starting, right? I'm almost positive it's Boyle. So, yeah, Jim, I'm with you, man. At least 30-10. I think Cordell has a big game. I think Matty Ice has a big game. And let's see what Kyle Pitts can do too, So
we say that every week.
I know. Well, what's kind of crazy is I look at Kyle Pitts' stats. I mean, he has 847 yards receiving, which I know in a 17-game season, 1,000 yards receiving isn't a lot. It's 56 a game, whatever it is.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's still for a rookie not bad, especially with the way he's played this year. It's kind of been up and down. So
it's just a very quiet 800 yards.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to spend too much on this game. I think the Lions are going to get killed, but you know what? They also destroyed my parlay last week when they beat Arizona. So I can't really say much, but I don't see Detroit winning this. I picked Atlanta, and I think they still stay alive in the playoffs, if I'm right.
Whew.
Somehow.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, they have to keep winning. I don't think they're eliminated, and they're not. But, I mean, it's just crazy to think that they're still alive.
Yeah, they're still in it, and we didn't think they were going to win more than, what were we saying, 2 or 3
4
games, I think, going into it.
Yeah, maybe 4 or something like that.
Yeah, I think they've outplayed, and I would like to state that if it wasn't for Cordero Patterson, I think that would still be an accurate statement. Like, nobody saw him coming, and he has just been a force for that offense.
Right.
Without him, like, Mike Davis is a complete flop, which was surprising. I didn't think he would be as bad as he is coming out of Carolina last year. He looked like a pretty decent running back, and then everything came apart. So really strange. But yeah, I think you got to be right. Without Goff in there, Swift is still out.
Yeah.
So the running game is weak. Amon-Ra St. Brown, though, he has really come on. If you look at his numbers, like the last 3 weeks, double-digit fantasy scoring in each of the last 3 weeks, which is really good, and it's been increasing every week. I think it went from like 11 to 14 to 18 last week, if I remember right, but he's on the upward, and he was somebody that I said wide receiver sleeper in our fantasy shows as well. So it took him a little while, and now without Goff, it's going to be rough. But that Atlanta defense doesn't scare you, so Boyle might have a chance to pull like a Mike White type of Hundley type of situation. Don't know what they're going up against, and
you never know. You never know.
Yep, not going up against the best defense, and then next thing you know, boom, shock and awe, and you're just trying to figure out which one of them kicked you. So, all right. So you're going with Atlanta. Jim's going with Atlanta. I'm also going to take the safe bet here and go with Atlanta. So, but I would love to see the Fighting Lions win one more to help the Jets get one of those beast defensive ends. Love to see it. All right. So better game. Well, no, not a better game because of COVID. Ravens, Bengals. I was looking forward to this game because Hundley's been playing really well in Lamar's
Yes.
absence, and I really wanted to see what he could do in this game. Both 8-6, huge game here for first place in that division, but it's coming down now to a guy that I know very well, journeyman Josh Johnson, swiped off the Jets practice squad. So that tells you how good what you're getting there. But he did when he did have to fill in a game for Mike White when he lost feeling in his hand. He played pretty well overall. So he's been in the league forever as well. So very experienced quarterback there. But going up against his Bengals team, are they going to be able to keep up? And is Joe Burrow going to really get to explode here? Like he's got these games where he just goes crazy and then puts together a couple games where you forget he's in the NFL. So like what are you thinking on this game?
So I'm thinking quarterback alone for Baltimore. They're kind of screwed a little bit, especially with their running game. Andrews has been coming along like a house of fire, but who knows how this guy's going to play. They're in Cincy. If they're in Baltimore, you may give them a little bit of a chance, and maybe that's why the line is Cincy -7 right now, which normally
Yeah.
those games are not that widespread. So I think you'll see a lot of Joe Burrow. I think you'll see Cincy's defense putting a lot of pressure on that quarterback. Let's face it, Baltimore's gonna have to establish a running game, and
And they don't have
who
anybody
is
to.
it? Booker, Freeman,
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah, right,
whoever
right.
it is. So it's yes, absolutely Shaney right there too. Since he has too many good receivers. Never. I won't even mention Joe Mixon's name because he hasn't hit 60 yards in 3 weeks, and I don't expect him to hit it again. So,
Hmm.
um, but I'm thinking Cincy. I think we'll cover the spread. I think the over under is 48. I think most of that will come from Cincy, to be quite honest.
Okay. Uh, yeah, I like Cincy a lot in this game as well, but I seem to be I favor them each and every week, it seems, and I did pick them to win the division, so I'm going to continue to pick them to win games. But what I did like, and I want to talk about this before we move on, the story from the statement Joe Burrow made about the health of their team. If you saw this, but he stated like with all the COVID stuff going on, that the Bengals are in really good shape health wise because there is nothing to do in Cincinnati. It's like,
And
I
so
thought that
so
was
so when I
perfect.
heard that, man, it was kind of funny. I think Shaney and I were talking about it because we went to Cincinnati a couple years ago to watch the Patriots play there,
Yeah,
and I completely disagree. That downtown area is just amazing. It's
yeah,
like the baseball stadium is a stone's throw from the football stadium. There's bars everywhere. There's like a street they shut down with all kinds of bars and restaurants. Absolute blast. And the nightlife is, and it's all right there in walking distance. It's a
yeah.
city, but it's not like a city. It's honestly, Joe, it's like an overgrown Portsmouth with bigger buildings.
Hmm.
It's all just central to everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But is it bars that NFL players go to, or clubs that NFL players go to,
Um,
or is it like bars and clubs that we would go to?
so honestly, it was just a lot of fun places. We went, God, Shaney, how many bars we go into? Five to 10 at least. Um, God, yeah, there was a casino right across the river. There was just a lot to do. So,
Hmm.
I mean, honestly, if you got NFL money, you're not having to spend a lot to have a good time at all. You know what I
That's
mean?
good.
So,
Yeah,
I don't know. I thought it was an absolute blast. In fact, I want to go back. I
yeah.
really do want to go back for a football game.
That's yeah. Well, maybe it's just not their scene. I don't know, but whatever it is, it's keeping them healthy through all this. So
Right.
it could give them a major leg up. As yeah, probably no VIP places for them. I can't
Probably
imagine
not.
there's a lot of
Probably not.
red velvet rope kind of bars and clubs there. So
True. True.
it's not Vegas. So, but good for them. Yeah, I will also take the Bengals to win this one. The line just makes me nervous because it is a division game. So it's like I'm not 7 points is I'd probably leave this one alone, but I think the Ravens will win or the Bengals will win this one. But since it's a division game, 7 points. I know it's a back third string quarterback, but Just something about these games end up, and they did blow them out the first time, but
Yeah.
and it's at home. I don't know. I would just leave it alone with my money, but all right, Rams, Vikings. So the Rams are extremely hot. The Cardinals are completely falling apart. So this today gives the Rams, if they win this one, that will put them in first place in the NFC East as the
Yep.
Cardinals just let that slip away week after week, which is really disappointing to see, but they cannot play at home. That's really what it comes down to. You have the Cardinals should forfeit all of their games, just cover the stadium in COVID so that it has to be relocated somewhere else, and just finish the season on the road because I've never seen a team go win. When is a team this good go winless at home? It's insane.
So what's crazy is when Hopkins went down, you started seeing Kyler have to actually throw accurate passes. And I'm not trying to dog him completely because he's not terrible.
Yeah,
But I mean, look at all these passes he's throwing up to Kirk and Green. They're almost like jump passes that Hopkins always came down with.
yeah.
He actually has to throw it now. I mean, he's turning Zach Ertz into a very viable tight end
Whew.
again.
Did you see that catch he made last night?
Sure
That
did. Sure did.
one-handed.
I mean,
Wow.
Ertz is playing very well, and he
Yeah.
was good in Philly. Everybody knew that. But I mean, he's
Right.
slowly turning into Murray's, I think, favorite target. But the thing is, you have to be accurate for these guys. There's only a couple players like Hopkins in the league that can jump up and catch
Yeah.
balls that he shouldn't. So now you get so used to that, and you're used to throwing these chucks and jump balls, and now he's having to play quarterback. So he actually did miss a wide open Ertz. It threw it right at his feet, but he was getting pressured all game too. And I don't know. I think you're starting to see the weakness there where.
Well, we know that Indy defense is pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, it's very good. So
yeah. Yeah, but that one that he dropped into AJ Green's arms down the sidelines there at that final drive.
Oh yeah,
that was a
beautiful
beauty.
pass.
I mean, yeah, he has the
Beautiful
capacity to make awesome throws. It's just I think what it is that this is just my opinion, and I am not a football professional analyst, but he runs a lot, and I think kind of the same issues that you're seeing with Zach Wilson on the short throws is he's moving too much and he's getting his feet out of alignment when he's trying to make these throws, and it's hard to be accurate when you're throwing cross body, your feet are all fucked, you're screwed up, and you're all twisted up. Like you see the guys that can throw accurately, the Bradys and the Mannings and all this stuff. I mean, they're exactly a statue back there as how their footwork should be and everything else. So it's interesting, but I don't know how much it plays into it, but it just seems like these guys who can throw on the run a lot are nowhere close to as accurate on the passes that they should be. And I think that's why, because it's all arm that they're trying to throw with and weird angles, and it's causing those balls to sail a little bit, a foot this way, a foot that way. But that makes a big difference. So when you got to try and come back 1 foot for the ball instead of leading a receiver 1 foot for the ball, it's an interception compared to a walk-in touchdown type of thing. So,
and I agree with Shaney there. He does need to move around because if you look at him against Detroit when he was sitting in the pocket, I mean, they were batting balls all day long against him. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
He's just not tall enough, and I agree. He needs to run around to see the field, and
yeah, but he needs to set and throw.
Yes, move and set maybe, or playing the shotgun all game or something. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of play to his strengths because
absolutely.
I mean, at times he's very accurate. I'm taller than him. That's the problem.
I know. Alex, really good advice there for anybody that's really getting into coffee for the first time. It is advisable to put some kind of a catch underneath.
Always
there.
Is.
A pot, a cup, paper towels, whatever. But yeah, something.
In fact, you should make a YouTube video and throw it on there on the proper way to catch coffee. You're not an idiot, Alex. Now you know. So now that you know that you have to have a cup there, hey, learn from your mistakes, brother.
Right.
Learn from your
mistakes. Now, if you do it again,
then we'll call you
an idiot.
Then we'll call you an idiot. But until you do it again,
you get one time. That's it. All right.
Ooh,
so
yes, Shady. We'll
let
get to
me
that one next.
let me get back to this Rams Vikings. Sorry, I
No,
diverted
no,
off of
no.
this, but
I
the
love talking
Rams.
about Kyler Murray's struggles. Trust me.
I love the little guy though. He plays with so much heart. That's really what I
He
like. I mean,
does. It's just he's a Big 12 quarterback, and I just
I
instantly
know.
have to go against him. So
I know it. All right, so Rams, Vikings. This is a home game for the Vikings. This is one of those games where I wish Jim was on because he loves the Vikings. We have no Dalvin Cook this week. He's now out with COVID, but Madison has filled in almost without any drop off
without
whatsoever.
flaw, yes.
So he's been playing really well whenever he steps in. So I don't know what type of an impact that's going to have overall on the running game. I still think Kirk Cousins sucks, but they win games. And I do need to see, I'm 90% sure, but before I make this, I do think Adam Thielen is cleared to play, right? I know, let's see, Eckler's out, Cook is out, Thielen is in. So he's got his big weapons back in Thielen and Jefferson. Excuse me. So, what do you think in this one? Are the Vikings going to be able to hang?
I think they will for a while, and it's so funny how bad everybody dogs Cousins. He has 3,600 yards, 29 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions. It's so funny. Like most teams would kill for that. You know what I mean? But I agree with Shaney, and I don't think he sucks. I just think he always finds a way to lose. I completely agree.
It's the pressure.
It's
the pressure. When the pressure is applied late in the game, he's not the guy. But like first, second quarter, even the third quarter, he
numbers
looks good.
are phenomenal. Every year they're good. I'm kind of shocked the spread's only 3, to be quite honest. I think the Rams are gonna roll them. Hello, David. But I think the Rams are gonna roll them. I think it's going to be close for a while, and at the very end, you'll see the Rams pull away. And I think Cooper Kupp has a couple more touchdowns today. And I think if you're in DraftKings, why not pick up Stafford and Kupp today? I mean, it's a lot of money. Kupp is 9,100.
He's worth it,
but he's worth it. Yeah, I based two of my teams around Kupp and Stafford today, so I got about 5 going in DraftKings, but I definitely started with them too.
Yeah, Kupp is really expensive, but he's as guaranteed as football comes. I think, outside of injury and knock on wood, don't want to see that to him, but he is taking it to another level with Matthew Stafford this year. It's just absolutely incredible to watch the catches he makes. And I mean, if it is in his wingspan, kind of like you're talking about with Hopkins, he's coming down with the ball. It's just if it's catchable, he's got it. It's awesome to watch, really is. So, very, very fun. But like I said, the Vikings side of the ball, like they've got 2 great receivers there as well. And if Thielen's good enough to play, likely he's not a decoy, right? I mean, at least I wouldn't think so. I know this is a must-win game for the Vikings, but I'm thinking if Thielen can play, he's good to go. So this is going to be a really interesting one to see how it plays out. But I do think the Rams, like you, are going to go ahead and take this one and unfortunately move into first place in the NFC West.
Yeah. So real quick to David,
Cousins.
I would take Cousins because I don't like Heineke against Dallas. I think Dallas's defense is very strong against a weaker offense. I think Cousins has a better offense. And I like Justin Jackson today, man. That's another guy I grabbed in my DraftKings because with Eckler out, Jackson should be getting the most of the carries, and they're playing Houston. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
T. Higgins, man, there's too many balls to go around there. I love T. Higgins, don't get me wrong, but I'll tell you what, Tyler Boyd's looking really good right now. Obviously,
Jamar Chase could have a 2-touchdown, 150-yard game himself.
I mean, I think there's more upside with Justin Jackson, and if you play DraftKings, man, he's like 4,200 or 4,500. I think I got him for this morning.
Cheap. Yeah, and this is a game that might end up being just a straight running the clock off because they're up by 28 points at the half, and it's just handed to Justin Jackson.
Hand it to him. I would stay away from Herbert. I would definitely stay away from Herbert in DraftKings. I think pick one. Absolutely. Thielen, Lockett, Waddle. I like Waddle. I like Waddle. When he's on the field, he is playing, and they're playing. The only scary thing is that Saints defense, man, just shut out Tampa.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, that Saints defense has been playing very
and you
well.
got Lockett against Chicago. Ooh,
Yeah, I would go Lockett personally.
yeah, let me change the tune there.
Yeah, Lockett's back from COVID, and that Seattle offense it doesn't move with DK Metcalf for some reason. It moves with Tyler
Right.
Lockett. So
Yeah.
when Tyler Lockett's in, that offense looks pretty good with Russell Wilson. I mean, Lockett could just take the lid off of defenses. He's very hard to contain, and he's going up against a Bears team that's not very good. They have a good defensive line, but that's their DBs are beatable. So and Thielen, I know I just got done saying he's good enough to play. He should play, but at the same time, he rolls that ankle again or does and tweaks that ankle in any way, shape, or form, and boom, he's on the sideline again for the rest of the game. So
Right.
I would take in a playoff format, I would take Thielen out if you've got those other two options right out the gate. Don't just let Thielen see what he does this week and then play him in the championship. But I would go Lockett first, Waddle second, Thielen third, personally.
Yeah.
And
Komet
Patty,
Moreau
I hope you like it. Hope you hit that subscribe button and come back.
Yes,
Let us
please
know how you did, or yell at one of us if we were absolutely wrong on Thielen.
We
Totally
can
fine.
take it. We got thick skin. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Right, Mark. With Jackson, what should get 90% of the touches. So I don't like Everett, Alex, because he's so touchdown dependent. Most targets he's going to get is 6. But I mean that's tough for all 3.
Yeah,
It
it is. I would go
I mean,
Kmet as well.
Foles is quarterbacking today for Chicago too. So he's gonna. To me, I would go with Komet only because he's gonna have to dump it to someone. He's
Right.
gonna have to. And who's the binky? It's gonna be Cole Komet. Granted, he has no touchdowns. He's another guy, but at least he's had like 9+ targets the last game. I would go Komet.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't. Nobody in there gives you a warm fuzzy, but
No,
I mean that's a tough one to be in.
Yeah.
But yeah, everybody's saying Komet, so go Komet. I mean,
hey,
if not,
worst-
then Alex, you could just yell at everybody in the chat next week too, and just tell them they're all idiots, and they said Komet over Everett.
they
So,
said Komet, you morons.
you guys have no idea what you're talking
No
about.
idea.
All right, where were we? All right, here we go.
We're coming
So,
up to the best game of the week, is what we're
it
doing.
looks like it. So Mark is here. So Bills, Patriots. This game is huge. 1-point favorite right now
Yep, New England.
for New England. Again, home game 9-5 versus 8-6 Bills. So I mean, this game is a must win for Buffalo. They have been floundering as of late as well, and I like we had talked about. This was supposed to be a stretch that really tested the Patriots. In the first game, you could just throw that out. I mean, those wins, 3 passes in a game, like you didn't see anything
Nope.
in that game. Indy came in, and like we were talking about, what happens if Indy just destroys you guys and then Buffalo does the same thing? What does that do to the Patriots? We're going to find out, right? I mean, Indy took it to you guys. That was a pretty decisive game for them. Did make a late comeback, but Jonathan Taylor is just unstoppable. So what happens if Josh Allen does that today?
So first, real quick,
Yeah,
Brad.
let's grab this question. Brad.
Man, I'll tell you what, I like Jackson today, man. I mean, I like Van Jefferson as well. I like the matchup there. St. Brown, not so much because you don't know what you got at quarterback.
Yeah,
I mean,
if Goff was
Rojo
playing.
are they going to run the ball? Or are they going to throw it to Antonio Brown the whole game? You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So, and they just don't like Ronald Jones. I don't get the dislike for him. I like Jackson's upside only because they just don't. I don't know. I mean, how much is he going to split with Vaughn too? I mean, Rojo has 71 carries this year. That's it.
Right.
71. So,
Yeah, and that was because he loves Leonard Fournette so much. But again, like you said, this is against the Panthers. This Panthers team is bad. They might not need to even do a lot in this game. So
yeah.
I think obviously it comes down to Rojo or Jackson because you're going to want to plug a starting running back into your flex every time you can. I mean, that's just they're
Yeah.
going to touch the ball more than anybody else. I love St. Brown with Goff in. Without Goff, I don't know what he's going to do. He could continue to go off. He's the number one up there, obviously, but you're going to a quarterback who's never played a game before. So that's really, really hard to say in a playoff spot that you're going to put somebody in there. And Van Jefferson, nice player, but you got Cooper Kupp there. So
Yeah.
Cooper Kupp's going to absorb, 50% of the targets. He's just he's a magnet. So we just got done talking about it. I think Jackson's the right play there because there's nobody else. I
Right.
mean, they don't have Tom Brady to just ice a game. And even when the game's iced with Brady, he's still throwing the ball and just pissing people off. So they never, like with
Right.
Brady, never just goes to a straight hand the ball off in the fourth quarter and I'm not going to make a pass. Like, no, Brady continues to push the ball into the end zone no matter what the score is. So other teams take their foot off the throttle, but I would go Jackson. I think,
I would too. I would
yeah.
too.
Yeah, Rojo also likes to fumble. So.
Yep. So back to the Pats. So Shenny brings up a very good point. Their D line, we can push around their D line for the run. Jim asked, is Mac going to throw the ball? I think he will. I think you'll see Mac throw 20 to 25 times. Bourne's in. Harris is in. You got Hunter Henry. You're going to be missing Aguilar, so it's probably a little bit more Jacoby Myers. But I'm picking the Patriots again this week because I think they're going to control the ball with Harris as long as Harris can stay healthy. Stevenson is out. It is a completely different game, but Buffalo knew they were running and still couldn't do anything. Now, I think it's going to be more different for Buffalo's offense, obviously, because they're going to be throwing the ball. But I'll tell you what, I like our defense. We gave up 2 touchdowns to an Indy team a couple weeks ago. One was a block punt. So it's not like, and one was at the end of the game. So theoretically, our D only gave up 13 points before that late touchdown. So I like our chances again. I don't think he will have issues this week. I think he learned a lot last week with those terrible interceptions because one was, right to the defender in the red zone, and the other one wasn't good either. So no interceptions are good. So hopefully he's learned from it. Again, he's a rookie quarterback. It's like Mike sent me a text last week. Johnny's still a rookie quarterback, and he is. And that's why they're going to run the ball again.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, expect Harris to run crazy because if he's playing, that hamstring feels good. And it's only him and Bolden, and Bolden's questionable. So I think it's going to be Wentz is a poor comparison to Allen, though. Wentz looked pretty damn good last night. He did. But I will say,
different players. But
yeah, totally different players. But I'm talking, I'm not comparing Wentz to Josh Allen. What I'm saying is Allen's going to have a totally different game plan. And Buffalo doesn't run the ball. So I'm sorry, Belichick's taking someone away. Who is it? Is it good? Right. Because if it's Diggs, you're going to have a hard time winning without Diggs.
But especially when you don't have your next 2 wide receivers.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, and Emmanuel Sanders, did he retire?
No, he's hurt.
Because
he's hurt.
Is he out?
Let's see here.
Even before he got hurt, I mean, he's been just a ghost of himself. Like, we really liked him coming into the year, and he started the year off pretty well, and then he
he has 40 catches. It's not like, you guys are talking Gabriel Davis is a master. He has 29 catches this year. Between him and Emmanuel, they got 69 catches. So it's not like they're losing much with some of these wide receivers. You know what I mean? So I think you got to shut down Diggs, regardless of who's in there. And I think Beasley's out as well, isn't he?
So I'm trying to find. Yeah, Gabriel Davis is out.
Beasley's out and Davis is out. So I think, and Sanders is playing. So Davis, you get 29 catches. You can't even really count that. You can say Breed is out. What has he done this year? Not much. I would say Beasley is probably the most costly one, but then you got 2 linemen out as well. So, but we have players out too. So you play with what you have to, and you go from there.
Right. But so from a Bill Belichick standpoint, right? Diggs is out of the game. That's the focal point. right?
Or at least trying to, yeah.
Yeah, but you know how, and we talk about it week in and week out. That's Bill Belichick's game.
Yeah.
Take out the number one weapon, make them beat you with everybody else. Who else is left? Like you said, they don't run the ball.
Yeah.
They've lost their second and third wide receiver. You take Diggs out of this game, uh, you got Emmanuel Sanders, and does that scare you to the point where
No, not one bit. Not
yeah.
one bit.
So this is a tough game for Buffalo as well. I mean, even with it, I mean Beasley's a great player. I would like to see him in there, but he's a slot guy that's going to cause a little bit of commotion.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing with Buffalo is they should have drafted either another wide receiver or a running back this year. I mean, and they chose not to, and they continued to stack the defensive side of the ball. But I mean, if they would have added a wideout or a running back, what a team that's. I mean, I think it would completely reimagine what this team is because they can't run the ball and they can't take any pressure off of Allen. So, so you're taking the Patriots in this one.
Absolutely.
Man, we're so popular now that we just get spammed every week. It's absolutely incredible.
Singletary did fine against Carolina, though. I mean, that's like doing fine against the Jets.
Hey,
Sorry,
hey,
Joe.
hey! I'm on your side here. I was about to say the Patriots win this game.
Keep saying it. That shouldn't change it. I'm just saying. That's
man.
like saying he did fine against. Okay, how about Houston? He did fine against Houston. No
That's
one
acceptable.
cares. No
that's
one cares.
acceptable. Yeah, I think with the situation being what it is, and it kills me, but I don't see the Bills winning this game. I really don't. I think they'll take Diggs out of this game, which is what I would try to do, and I think exactly what Bill Belichick's going to try to do, and he's going to say, Josh Allen beat me without Diggs, and or find a running game. Like that's
Right.
That's what it's going to come down to, and I don't know if they're going to do that. So this is going to be an interesting one. Spirex T.
Hurts or Allen?
Let's see, Hurts or Allen. We just got done talking about that one. So let's see.
I like Jalen Hurts. I like Jalen Hurts this week. I don't trust Allen against the Patriots D, and they're playing at home.
Yeah.
Don't trust them.
No, Giants at the Eagles this week. Giants team. I mean, I don't know if they're even going to try, but I mean, Eagles are 11-point favorites. Yeah, I would go with Hurts all day. And the thing is with Hurts, it's one of those things where he keeps rushing touchdowns.
Yes,
which
is
huge.
That's why.
From a quarterback perspective, because it's 7 instead of 5, and that adds up. He had 2 rushing touchdowns last week, so I would definitely go Hurts in that one. In this Giants game, should be good. And like we were just talking about, if Diggs is taken out of this game, what's Allen going to do? Who's he going to throw it to? And he could run a lot, and he can get a lot of yards, but so can Hurts. So when you're looking at all things being equal, I think Hurts has got a little bit more and a very, very easy matchup at home against a Giants team that is all but given up for the year. And then Sony Michel or Michael Carter. I got to go with Michael Carter against the Jaguars. They have nobody else. The Jets have nobody. Nothing. Their best wide receiver is Keelan Cole. He's going to be the number 1 this week. Jamison Crowder's out. Elijah Moore's out. Davis is out. I mean, decimated. The only bad thing is so is the offensive line. And I just don't know what Sony Michel is going to do in that Rams running back situation.
So Sony's averaged about 20 carries a game the last 3 weeks, and that's with Henderson back for 2 of them. I normally
Henderson.
They do, but they keep giving it to Sony. I would take Sony only because the upside of scoring. I'm sorry, I don't trust the Jets offense right now. I would have taken Kyler a month ago when he was running hard and the team was actually had some offensive plays to help him around him. But I just don't like the Jets offense right now, even against Jacksonville. So I would say Sony Michel for me anyways, only because more upside. Even though he will be slitting with Henderson. But again, he's had what, 18, 20, and 24 carries the last 3 weeks. So I would expect that again. This is when Sony comes alive anyways. Look at him with New England. He always ran hard towards the end of the year and always ran hard in the playoffs. So,
Man, you do make a good point.
thank you, Joseph.
That
And
hurts.
and I like Carter early in the year before he got hurt. I
Yeah.
truly did.
No, I think I actually talked myself out of that statement. So hopefully you're still here. But I think you're right. With the offensive, there are no weapons on the wide receiver side, so it's going to be a huge running game. But the offensive line is decimated too. A lot of
Right.
COVID people there as well. So yeah, go
Trap.
with go Hurts Michelle in that
I
one,
would.
and subscribe. Come back next week. Let us know if you won or not, please.
Tell us how much you won by too, Spirit. That's what I
Yeah,
want to hear. I want to hear how much you won by.
Travis.
I'm sorry, Travis. I just have to say Jags like that because again, we're talking towards the end of the year, and you get 2 wins. What a train wreck season, man! I feel bad for you. We started talking early about Urban Meyer, how he was going to be, and I was excited for you too. You were excited, and boy, it didn't start well with the coach that he brought on and kept him for a little while, then fired him, and
Oh, it's just been
didn't
a train wreck.
didn't
It's
travel with the team and had the
yeah,
pictures taken of him, and wrong guy for wrong guy for a potentially very good situation for the
yeah.
future, with the picks they're going to have.
Man,
So,
he had a 13 game career, and there's enough to make like an E60 special on him.
yeah, he's terrible.
It really
Terrible.
is. Just this year alone.
Yeah.
So, but while Travis is here, let's talk Jets Jags.
Please, let's do it. That's right.
All right,
So, are you picking Patriots or Buffalo? I
I'm
don't think
picking
I heard you.
Patriots.
Man, thank you,
Going
Joe.
Patriots. That doesn't usually work out well for you though, so be
I know.
careful.
I'm a little worried. I just like the.
But the logic behind it, I think, is sound. I will be rooting for the Bills because my deep hatred for the Patriots.
Of course
But
you do. Of course you do.
I do think that they will win this game for the reasons we talked about. So, Jets, Jags, Jets at home, 2-12 Jaguars against the 3-11 New York Jets. This is only the fourth time in NFL history that the 1 versus 2 quarterbacks will match up in their rookie season, which is kind of a cool thing to see. The young guys going at each other. I'm excited about that, but what I'm not excited about is the 10 starters that the Jets are out for COVID. Add Jamison Crowder in there for injury. Just decimated all over the field. The 2 starting safeties today were practice squad players for other teams
I know.
this
I've seen
week.
that.
It's just I know with Travis wanted to bet on this one, and if the Jets had not gotten hit with
You're not
COVID,
taking it.
there's no way the Jets win this game. I'm going to spoil it right now. Like there's no wide receivers, there's no offensive line, there's no defense. The defense is completely wiped out as well. The defensive line is
Yeah.
out, safeties are out. I mean, everything is bad. I mean, you're like I said, you're bringing practice squad guys in from other teams that don't know the offense, like don't know any of the play calling, nothing. So they're just going to be out there like backyard football style, just try and cover your guy, and that's about it. Like there's going to be holes everywhere for Trevor Lawrence to exploit. The running game for them. I mean, if you don't have
I
James
think.
Robinson in a lineup, like
Yeah.
get him in, like
Get him in. Just
get
put
him
him
in.
in.
Like I said, like the Jets couldn't stop any before COVID,
Yeah.
and now Quinnen Williams is out. I think Rankins is out. John Franklin Myers is out. Like the entire defensive line's gone. So if teams could run rampant on the Jets with the big guys in, what are they going to do without him? I mean, Trevor Lawrence might not need to throw the ball. Actually,
Right.
it might be like a Mac Jones type of Patriots game. Like just hand it to Robinson.
It's what they should be doing for a rookie, anyways.
Yeah.
Real quick, Ian, I like Justin Jackson this week over Ronald Jones. I just
Yep,
do.
sorry.
A lot more potential.
Yeah. That's a
Thielen or
very
Renfro?
popular question.
It is. I like Renfro this week. They're playing Denver. They're in LA. He's the only person to throw to.
Yes.
And he's been getting tons of targets. If you look at the targets that guy has had, let me pull it up, man. It's just insane what it is for Renfro. So Zay Jones isn't going to steal many balls from him. Let's see. Last game against Cleveland wasn't a good one, but the game before that was 14, 10, and 9. I like my chances with Renfro.
Yep. Yeah, and those 3 games, 134 yards, 102 yards, 117 yards. And
Yeah,
then he had a clunker against Cleveland, but that
yeah,
was a weird that I mean that was a short week game and
yeah.
just kind of messed everything up. So yeah, definitely
Law dog.
Renfro and until we know that Thielen's healthy, actually
Yeah.
like fully good because we don't know if he's just in for help because they have to win against the Rams. So that's a tough one. Definitely Renfro.
And Law Dog, is that a Tombstone reference there? But anyways, I'll wait for you to answer. But again, I love Jackson this week, man. I'm all in on Jackson. I am
Yeah.
all in on that guy.
Yep.
I hope it doesn't burn me, but I'm all in on him.
It's a smash spot.
They're
It
playing
really,
Houston. They're playing Houston.
yeah.
It's the matchup is there.
They're playing Houston, and he's the number one without any.
Yes.
Eckler's not in the game, so
Nope.
it's a definite smash spot there. I mean, Miles Sanders, I just don't trust Miles Sanders ever. Like, he could have a great game. He absolutely could,
Yeah.
but he also is he's a worse version of Joe Mixon.
Well, and there's 4 running backs that can potentially get the ball in that backfield,
Yeah.
along with your
And
quarterback.
Hurts.
Yes,
Yeah.
along with your quarterback. So you got
Yes.
Sanders, Howard, Scott. I mean, Garnwell's still there. Hurts will run the ball.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah, it's bad. And then Renfro, we do. I mean,
I like Renfro.
he should feast a lot, but if you've got if you've got a slot open and you've got a starting running back, it's
Always,
really
always
hard.
with the running back. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
exactly what we saw with Renfro, like he could end up with 3 catches.
Yeah.
If they just put all their emphasis into stopping him, but Jackson's going to touch the ball 15 times probably in this game at least. So
Yeah.
just your odds are much much better. So
Agreed.
yeah, I don't think Joshua Kelly will do very much at all. So I think
Nope.
yeah, Jackson he should feast today. He should absolutely feast. Get him in your lineup, and then thank us next week. So
Yeah.
yeah, definitely, guys. If you're still here, please hit that subscribe button. Jump on board with us. Help us to continue to grow and get some exposure. And come back and chat with us every single week because the chat is where it's at. So,
Hey, Austin. Ooh, that's a tough one
Josh
there, brother.
Palmer, Alex. So Austin, right below you, Alex, huge Chargers fan. So I'd be interested to see what he has to say about this. But
I just don't know enough about that Baltimore quarterback, man.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, I think if anybody's going to get love, it's going to be Andrews in Hollywood. I just don't know enough about Palmer. Yeah, but ooh,
he's been awesome when he's in. Oh,
yeah, that's frightening because Brown is awesome all the time. It's just now, what do you do with no quarterback?
yeah. Versus Cincy half point, but
half point PPR, so not as
that is that's a tough situation, Austin. How big is this league that you're in that's where you're down to? Are you in like a 12, 14?
I mean, he is the number 2. I mean, he is the number 2. So here's what to think about with Mr. Palmer. 1 target, 7 target, one target, 2 targets, 1 target. That's his last 5 games.
Yeah.
I would stay away. Even though he is the number 2, I think I'd stay away.
Yeah, I think. And
14,
like we were,
man, that's tough, Austin.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense why we're talking about these guys because that didn't sound like a normal slate that you would be dealing with.
Jamarcus Chase or Barkley. Joshua, I'm going Jamarcus Chase there over Barkley. I'm not a Barkley fan. Yeah, Jamar Chase.
Jamarcus?
I did.
No, that's Russell. He's long retired.
Half point PPR. Man, I like the questions. Road to Rojo. Chris. Wait a minute. Start 2. Shit, that question went away. Hold on, where is it? Okay, there it is. I would start.
I don't know why I can't. Why it's not? There we go. All right, hold on.
Half point
let me
PPR.
pop it up here. There
Sorry.
we go. Half point PPR start 2. Rojo, stay away from CH. Patterson, without a doubt. You got to start him every single week and start Madison. I mean, he doesn't seem to miss anything. We like Jack. God, we go from the other question of
Wow.
Palmer and Brown to this problem. This is a
I like
huge.
Pitts' upside, but boy, this is where Henry's going to shine. I got Henry starting in a few of my leagues
Yeah,
because I think he has 9 touchdowns this year.
he's targeting
Mac
Henry.
Jones loves him.
Yep.
I would say Henry at tight end, and then I would take Patterson, and I love Jackson this week.
Yeah.
I do. I mean, it's
But Madison's also the starting.
yes.
I mean, so
But if they get down, they're not running the ball. So
half point PPR though, Justin Jackson will probably catch more passes than Madison will.
I'm
I
with
would
you there,
think,
Travis.
but-
Jackson, Patterson with Henry, I would too.
Yeah, I like those. Where
Let's
else are we?
see. We missed another one. Williams or Chuba? That's a tough one, man.
go.
Detroit. I don't know if I like either of them, but if you
Yeah.
have to pick one, you got Chuba running against Tampa, you got Detroit running against.
Yeah, but Reynolds last week for Detroit went off.
Right. So who's going to get the love there? At least
Yeah.
Chuba's going to get the most of the carries in that
He's
game.
the guy. He's
Yeah,
the guy.
I would take Chuba just because I think the potential upside and the amount and the volume. I think he'll
Yeah.
have a lot of
Let's
potential for
see.
volume. Fellas, I have Hollywood or East San. Ooh, I'll tell you what. I don't like Hollywood because of Baltimore's situation, and I think they're going to try and shut down, of course, Diggs, Patriots. So Emmanuel Sanders may be there, but he just hasn't looked right this year. Just hasn't. Man, that's a tough one, Travis.
With Henry. Well, I mean, you love Jackson. Are you going to stay by it, or are you going to go? Are you going to flex to Patterson? Or did you move on? Oh, you're on Hearts.
Yeah. Look at two down. Travis has no. I wasn't quite on that one, but Travis has.
Jackson
Hollywood
or
Emmanuel
Jamar.
Sanders.
Why am I not seeing that one?
It's on the right. It's right below
Johnson.
Jackson, Patterson, and Henry. 2 down.
I don't know. I'll let you answer it. Oh, there it is.
I would say
Hollywood
only because I think he's going to shut down that passing game.
Yeah.
Johnson or Jamar Chase. Pittsburgh hasn't been scoring a lot of points, and I think since he will today, but Deontay Johnson, man, he's a monster for Pittsburgh.
He is.
Honestly, I would take Johnson.
I would go Johnson too. I would go Johnson.
Too many carries. You're right, Travis. He does, but I mean, at least maybe a couple dump offs. Let's see. Hart.
There we go.
Flex PPR. Russell Gage. Ooh.
Justin Jackson.
Yeah.
Justin Jackson.
And if you don't feel comfortable with that, I would go Russell Gage next. I think you'll get a lot of love from Russell Gage today too.
Yeah.
He's been putting up pretty good numbers.
Go with the running back. So especially PPR. And all right. Caught up on questions. Man, Justin Jackson better go off or nobody's ever going to come back.
Yeah, no one's ever going to like. The only good thing about Russell Gage is the targets 12-6, 12-7, 8 the last 5 weeks. So he's putting up numbers.
He is. He's putting up good numbers, but you still have to go with that running back against this Houston team. It's a money play. It really is.
Yeah.
And for the new guys in here, please take a second. Please hit that subscribe button. Help us out. It's free for the entire day. It's a Christmas special, so free subscriptions all day today. Please smash that button real quick for us and help us out here. So
let's hope, Alex. Yeah. Let's get back to the Jets and Jags. So here's my take on this.
Quinnen Williams was also just scratched. So
I don't think there's any way the Jets can win this game. So that's going to work out for them to help the draft pick. I think the Jags will run the ball. They're in New York. I mean, I don't think it matters. I quite honestly, I think it's going to be a tough one.
Thanks, Travis.
You too, brother. Hey, I'm picking the Jags this week, Travis. The first time I've done it all year. First time I'm taking the Jags all year. Yeah. I just don't see the Jets winning. They don't have anybody.
No. It's one of those games where you almost want Zach Wilson to sit. Like you need.
Alex, I had to. Joe's part of the show, and he's wearing that god awful jersey, brother. I got to say something about him. No, but
I
I'm
enjoy the
taking the
abuse.
Jags. I think it'll be fairly close, only because why wouldn't it be?
Yeah, I mean
Was there?
it should be close, but they're they just have, which is hard to say, but they have a better team as we sit today. So, and it's
Said no
really
one ever. Said no one ever.
so this is one of those things where I think yeah the Jags do get that third win. What I am excited to see though is even though it is a decimated Jets team, this Jaguars defense is horrendous as well. So this might be one of those games where both of these quarterbacks get a lot of offensive time and get a little more comfortable in the NFL because they're not going up against tough defenses. So it might be one of these really good games for both of these young quarterbacks to really get some experience without getting throttled all the time. You know what I mean? It could be good.
I agree, Jim. Joe versus Travis.
No.
Ah,
The,
I mean,
if the game was if it was anywhere equal, I mean, like I said, Quinn Williams is now out of the game. Like everybody on the Jets is hurt. We don't even have a coach. Our tight end coach is
how
head
can
coach
you
today.
be a
It's like
Jets fan and not take this bet as a Jets fan?
very
How can
easily.
you?
Just because I'm a Jets fan doesn't make me an idiot. It just makes me a glutton for punishment. There's a huge difference between the two.
Exactly. So why not put yourself in a spot to be even a bigger glutton for punishment? All
As
right.
much as I enjoy it, I don't appreciate it. Hey, Bars, what's up, man? I haven't seen you in a while.
Rojo, Clyde. You're talking about Harris, right? I'm assuming. Or Chuba, full PPR.
Ooh,
Um,
Harris doesn't catch the ball. Actually, no, nobody in that group catches the ball really. So Harris,
I would say Harris probably. I like Harris's upside today,
yeah,
especially he's had a couple weeks to kind of chill.
and they continue
Um,
to take the pressure off of Mac Jones by running the ball.
as
So
they should, boy, as any smart team will do with a rookie quarterback.
hmm yeah, definitely go Harris. Edwards Hilaire sucks. You don't
Yep,
know
I
what you're
don't
going to get with
trust him.
Rojo. And the bad thing is this Tampa game with Chuba could be out of control pretty
Yes,
quickly, and they might not be able to run the ball. So
right.
you probably want to go with Harris, especially if they're just trying to control tempo and keep pressure off Mac Jones. Harris is probably the smart play in this one. So, yes,
Yeah,
two spams. That's a record. That is a record. We are now in the big time. So, hey,
flex. Russell Gage, Justin Jackson. I'll tell you what, Hart. We are loving Justin Jackson today, even over Russell Gage. Um,
mm-hmm.
that's why I asked Harris, Travis. Later, brother. Good luck today.
Yeah.
Um,
Later, buddy.
if it's Damian Harris, I'm taking Damian Harris. Um, if not,
Wait for what are
down
you
there for
talking about?
bars. Is he talking Damian Harris or Damian Williams?
Oh,
That's why I asked if it was
gotcha.
Harris. If it
Yeah,
was
if it's
Harris, I'm taking
Williams,
Harris. If it's
if
Williams,
it's
I'm not
Williams,
taking
no.
Williams.
Yeah,
I'd probably take
I'd
honestly
go.
Rojo.
Yes, yes. Words directly out of my mouth. Rojo, if it's Williams, if it's Harris, go Harris. So,
Flex
uh,
PPR Jackson is again.
holy
Yeah,
shit, it's 10 o'clock.
I love it.
Wow, completely lost this one.
No,
All right,
that's
so
good.
so I guess fantasy's locked now, so it doesn't matter too much. But
Yeah,
so Jets Jags. What do you think? You going Jags?
I'm going Jags, man.
All right.
Going
Uh,
Jags.
I'm going Jaguars as well. I just can't see the Jets winning
I
this
think that's
game.
funny.
I really can't. Before COVID, yes, I think they would have won this game. Outside of that, I think it's rough. So quickly, let's just run through the slate of games. Give me your wins and losses. Giants, Eagles.
Taking Eagles to win.
Okay, I'm taking Eagles as well. Bucks, Panthers.
Bucks,
Bucks as well. Chargers, Texans. We're both going
Chargers,
Chargers. Bears, Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Ooh,
They got Nick
probably.
Foles playing. Sorry,
Uh,
they're on their third quarterback.
but Foles wins. All right, Steelers,
Only
Steelers,
Super
Chiefs.
Bowls.
Yeah,
I'm going Chiefs. I'm going
Chiefs as
Chiefs.
well. Broncos, Raiders, 7-7, 7-7.
Raiders.
Even line.
Yes.
Man,
I'm going Raiders because of home field.
I'm going to go Broncos.
Nice. We got to be different. I like it.
Yes. Washington, Cowboys.
Not even close. Dallas.
Cowboys. And Saints, Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Oh. 7-7 again. 7-7.
Yeah.
Give me that Saints defense at home on Monday night. I think it'd be good. All right. So that wraps it. We'll jump off. Let's go watch some football.
Absolutely.
Week 16 about to be in the books. But best of luck to your team, fantasy-wise. Hopefully we gave you guys some outstanding advice. Justin Jackson, please come through. And if you're still watching, come back next week. Check us out. Let us know how you did. Hopefully you're moving on to the championship, and it's because of the great advice that we gave you guys. So have a great weekend, and we'll see you guys next week. Later.
Peace.